Happy Galleyathon! Hey guys, it is me, and we are back with Galleyathon Round 3. This is a little bit of a late introduction, bit of a late one. I completely forgot to film this before I actually did a reading sprint. I've just done a live sprint. Well, I did sprints this morning, and then me and Brooke have just done a live sprint over on our Instagram. Figured it'd be our first one, so we thought it'd be quite fun to do that. And I've done some really good reading. Brooke did a live sprint at midnight once it officially hit Galleyathon Day, and up to now I've made it to 19% of the book, which I think is excellent. I'm really happy with it. I am currently starting out with One by One by Ruth Ware, which is my most excited for read. It fits that prompt, and the book is actually out on Thursday. Today's Monday, so I'm going to try and read it, get it done, obviously, in time for its release. My plan is to finish this today. I don't know if I'm going to, but that is my plan. I would love to, but it is 22 now, and I was meant to be reading all morning, but I've had to do some work. I've had a big emergency stuff. It's fine, it's all sorted, but I have not read as much as I wanted to yet. But we're doing some stuff, so it's not doing too bad. So I'm going to read and see how far I get. 18. It is 4 p.m. on Monday. I made a deal with Brooke a bit earlier on. I have work a lot tomorrow, and Brooke had plans tomorrow, but they have now changed. So Brooke wanted to get a lot of filming done this week so she could focus on Galleyathon for the rest of the week and reading, which is quite smart. So I decided, or I agreed with her to take over her sprints for today. So I've just ran some sprints on Twitter, and I got some reading done while I was cooking some food. I got up to 38% of One by One by Ruth Ware. So far I'm really enjoying it. It's a good book. I'm going to take a break now because I'm tired. I woke up this morning in a bit of a panic, having to do a lot of work because things went wrong. Fixed it. Had to do a lot of reading. Fixed it. So I'm going to chill. Just put a poll up to see if people fancy another sprint at 5 or whether they think they've had enough and they just want to leave it till 7 when we have our first live sprint over on Brooke's channel. I'm just going to go see what people are doing when the votes finish. But yeah, other than that, I'm just going to chill out and wait until the live at 7 now. I'm excited for that. It'll be lovely to do a live. I'm just really, really tired. I didn't sleep well last night at all. And then I woke up early for work. I think I woke up throughout the night so much. And I got to that point of tired where you're awake, but you lay in bed, but you know you're not going to sleep. So you just debate getting up and getting on with your day, even though it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I did that. And I finally went to sleep at 7 o'clock. And my alarm went off at 8 and I had to get up for work. So I am shattered now. But I'm ready. So I'm just going to chill. Going to eat some snacks. I'm going to watch some YouTube for a little while. And then I'm going to get on with some reading. My plan was to finish One by One tonight. But my issue is I had to work all morning, like I've said. So I didn't actually get as much reading done as I'd like to this morning. Like at the minute, like I said, I'm nearly up to 40% on 38%. So my plan, if we do a 5 o'clock sprint, my plan is to get to 50% before the 7 o'clock. And then if I can get to 75% during the sprint, I'll be happy. I'll be really happy. And then I can read more either in this evening or tomorrow morning. And I can get this book finished either tonight or before lunch tomorrow. That'll be lovely, because then I can start on a new book. It'll all be good. Yeah, so that's my plan. I will chat to you guys a little later. Woohoo!
That's me. That's Brooke. Yeah. The fear.
Morning. I stayed up last night and finished one by one. I think it was 10 to 2 when I finished. So it was 1:50 a.m. But I got to the end and it was a good story. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was very predictable to the point where realistically I perhaps should have given it like a 2.5 star. Instead I gave it a 3.5. And the only reason I gave it a 3.5, right, was because even though I could guess the ending and it was quite predictable, I still enjoyed the story. So I felt as though it deserved more than a 2.5. But my issue is it was just very obvious what was going on. It was obvious from the first page, quite frankly. And then it was also a teeny tiny bit of a letdown. Not really a letdown. But I went into the story thinking, oh, and then there were non-vibes. It's going to be everyone gets picked off one by one, hence why it's called one by one, until there are only a couple people left, and then we have the big reveal on who it is and why it is and blah 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 blah. Not that many people died, if I'm honest. Not that many people got picked off. And then the big confrontation, I admit, at the end was actually quite good. But yeah, just it was okay. That's the thing. It was fine. It was just fine, and if something's like that, it gets a lower rating. So 3 star was appropriate, but I felt as though I really enjoyed it, so I gave it a 3.5, and I'm happy with that. Now, this morning I'm chilling. It was part of my self care that I have a lie-in, but I'm also one of those people that when I wake up, I'm awake. I can't go back to sleep. So I woke up, and I've just thought, what the hell? I'm up. I'm gonna host a sprint. So a sprint's going now. I'm actually in the middle of a sprint. But I have picked up a new book. I'm also, when I say I'm having a lie-in, I'm staying in bed. I'm just going to stay in bed till God knows what time. I'm having a lie-in till whenever I fancy. But I've started a new book. I've started The Last Resort by Susie Holiday. This is not a NetGalley book per such. This was like an Amazon First Reads one. The book comes out on the 1st of December, so it does need to get done this month. So I thought, oh, what the hell, I'll read it now. Take advantage. And I'm a bit wary going in because I don't usually look at reviews. It's not something I do. I don't really like it. I just think I like to go in unbiased. But I was adding it to my Goodreads shelf, and the reviews just naturally pop up. And when you see the first 5 reviews are all 1 and 2 star, it doesn't bode well. But I'm giving it a fair crack. I'm currently on 3% of the book, which is really good because all I've read is a prologue, so I'm hoping it'll be a nice short one. And then I'll just see how far I get. So I'll catch up with you guys a bit later. I'm going to host sprints throughout the morning. Brooke's going to do them in the afternoon because I have actually got work this afternoon. So I may have some prep work to do for that because it's actually a team meeting. So Brooke's going to be hosting sprints in the afternoon. I've got them in the morning. Then this evening, don't know who has sprints this evening. Might be me and Brooke. I think it is. It's me and Brooke because we said we'll do the first 2 days to kick it off, start Galleyathon, and then we'll start with our fabulous guest hosts from Wednesday. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Hopefully I'll be a good chunk of the way through this book. Woohoo! Hey guys, I've been hosting sprints all morning and then Brooke hosted a sprint before. I have just started another sprint, so I thought it'd be a good time for me to actually catch you up on where I'm at. I am 31% into the Are you done? I'm 31% into The Last Resort by Susie Holiday. This is an interesting story. It is a locked room mystery about a group of people who go to this resort to test drive some like new technology, and I think it turns a bit sinister. And it sounds really interesting. I've seen a lot of bad reviews for it, but it's been quite an interesting story so far. 30% in. I'm enjoying it. So I'm just going to do this sprint. Hopefully I'll get a good chunk of the way in and then I have work. So, good goal. My goal official is to get to 50% before 7 o'clock. I don't know how likely that is, but it is possible. So I'm going to do that. And I'll see you later. Hey team, thought I would just update you on a few things. Today I got some book mail, which I love because I'm on a buying ban, so any sort of book mail is amazing. HarperCollins offered some ARCs out and I put my name down, but nothing arrived, so I just kind of assumed there was nothing. So I was fine by that. And then turns out some things have arrived. I have a lot of issues with my post. Things always turn out like a week or 2 weeks. They're even 3 weeks late sometimes. There's like a massive delay. So I have some gifts. There is These Vengeful Hearts by Catherine Lauren. Then I also got Into the Real by Z Brewer. This sounds really good. I loved the sound of this one, and I spoke to all my friends and I was like, read this, and they was like, it doesn't sound okay. But for me, it sounded really interesting. And then this arrived, and I don't know what this is. That was my address. I'm sorry. It's fine. Come around for a brew. But this arrived. I don't know what it is. I am on a book buying ban, so I have not bought anything. My birthday has just happened, so I can't see people sending me anything. So I'm a little bit confused. So I'm going to open it. This is not going to be graceful because I'm holding you, so I don't know how to do this. I'm going to pause you a sec. Right, I'm going to be honest, I'm not convinced you're not falling over if I try and balance you somehow. So, forgive me for this less than graceful opening. Did it in one though. Yeah, so forgive me for that. But I got a parcel and I don't know what it is. Is there a gift note? That'd be really interesting. Gift note. There is a gift note. I love gift notes. Enjoy this read. I did a secret random select to surprise somebody on my birthday last week and it landed on you. I hope you enjoy this choice from your wish list. From Nikki's Book Nook. Oh my god, that's so straight. Oh, I even remember going on that. But I'm amazed. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I just see colour. I don't know what it is, but I'm scared. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's 3 hours by Rosamund Lipton. This literally come out like last week. So that's so interesting. I think I saw this on I think I saw it on Drinking by Michelle's channel, and she had an arc of this. And I think it's about a school shooting in England. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nicola. I really appreciate it. And I think it's really lovely to do a secret surprise giveaway for your own birthday. Genuinely, thank you from the bottom of my heart. That is amazing. I feel like I never update you, but then I feel like at the end of the week I'm definitely going to be coming out of this with like 3 hours content. So, it is the end of day 2 of Galleyathon. I have just hosted some sprints and I did an Instagram live sprint with the amazing Catherine. And I've been reading The Last Resort by Susie Holiday and I made it to 67%. So that is another self-care thing because once I hit 50, that was another one. I didn't do my face mask, which I said I was going to do. I didn't ring my nan, which I said I was going to do. But I did some. So tomorrow I need to have a face mask, I need to ring my nan, and then something else. I need to think of what I want to do else for self-care. I will chat to you guys in the morning. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye-bye. Hey team, if this video is more than 10 minutes long, I will be shocked because I keep forgetting to update you on everything. So it is Wednesday afternoon It's just Wednesday afternoon. It's 12:30. Kira has just started a sprint. So I'm going to use the sprint to be a little more productive before I start reading. I'm going to do my self-care and ring my nan. I've just done my tidying for the day. I'm in my cozy clothes, meaning I am not moving. And I thought I'd update you. So this morning I finished The Last Resort. We had the amazing Katie from Kit Kats Can Read doing sprints, and I took advantage of those sprints. I finished the final 25% of The Last Resort. 3-star book. Decent book, just wanted a bit more. Not really much. I'll give you a full update at the end. And then I used the remaining sprints to do some tidying, have a shower, get ready, so that I've done everything this morning. All I have to do now is sit back and relax and read. And I love that. So that's excellent. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to be starting Sleepless by Louise Mumford next. It's the only book I've got out now that is due out in 2020. Unless I get approved for like others later on. But it's the only book I've got now that is an arc that is due out in 2020 that has not already been released. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to start. I'm just going to do a little bit of a self-care and give my nan a quick ring because I keep saying I'm going to, and then I keep getting busy when I'm not sprinting, and then when I'm sprinting I try and focus on the reading. Like, it's all very confusing. So I'm going to ring her now before I forget, check up on her, see how she's doing, and then I will get to reading. I think Kira sprints 45 minutes. It'll take me 10 minutes to ring my nan, have a nice chat, and then I will join him for the rest of that sprint, which is all good. All right, catch up with you guys in a bit. I promise I won't forget. Hey team. So, Kira has now done 3 45-minute sprints, and I have taken part in all of them. And I am at 10% of my book. That's not a good sign. I don't know why. This was just really highly anticipated for me, and I've just found it so slow. And I honestly think the story's going to be one of them that it's amazing. You will absolutely love this story. It'll be the first thing you think of. It'll be amazing. It'll be 5 stars when you get to like 50%. And I don't know. I'm not vibing with it. There's nothing wrong with the book. I'm just not vibing with it. So, I think I'm DNFing Sleepless by Louise Mumford, which really breaks my heart because it was my newest read, and other than One by One by Ruth Ware, which was my most anticipated, it was one of my most anticipated. I expected this to be the 5-star book because so far I have read 2 books during Galleyathon. I have read One by One, which is 3.5 stars, and then I read The Last Resort, which was 3 stars. I thought this was going to be the one that gave me 5-star. And now I'm sad. Because if I DNF this, what do I read? What am I reading next? Like, I've not planned for this. I planned to read How It All Blew Up at some point in the week, but I wanted to save that for later in the week when I was having enough of Kindle books. But if I DNF Sleepless, what have I got? Because I officially have no more books due out this year. Right, so I started reading The Storm on my Kindle, but I'm just really not feeling reading. I don't know what my issue is. I'm just not in the mood for it. So basically I'm just having a bit of a sulk. So I've decided, right, instead of listening on my Kindle, I'm going to look at Scribd because I've just been on Scribd and 3 ARC books are actually quite backlisted now are on there. So I'm going to listen to one of them, but I need to decide which one to do because I've got an 18-hour one, so it'd be good to use a Scribd to get through that a lot quicker because I think I could listen on 2.5, maybe 3 times speed, depending what the narrator's like. And I could possibly get through that in about 6 hours. Or I have one that's 9 hours and I have one that's 7 hours. So I could get through both of them in about 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe, which would be really good. Because I could even finish one of those today. But my issue is, my Scribd runs out this month. I don't know how many books Scribd is going to allow me to listen to before it blocks me. Because it does that thing, doesn't it? Nearly dropped a drink. So I'm going to have to pick. I'm going to ask Twitter and I'll see what they say. And then I will update you guys. See you soon. I'm so annoyed with myself. I've just DNF'd the Karen Slaughter book. I was listening on audiobook, and to be honest, it was fine. But I didn't know when I requested it that this was a Will Trent novel. And Will Trent is a police detective. I don't typically like police procedural books, just because I think they always talk a bit too technical. Like, it's always going into the ins and outs and the details of what it's like being a policeman, and I don't like those kind of books. There are very few instances where I do like it. For example, Alex Cross and the Women's Murder Club. I love them just because it doesn't go into the crime 100%, and there's always like a connection to the family life, etc. It doesn't really matter why. They're like a few exceptions, and there are a few others. Like, there are a few standalones that I love that are based on police detectives and things like that. But I don't typically like them because I find them to be very repetitive. They spend ages talking about the ins and outs and the police jargon. Then they find bodies, and then there's usually a scene from the killer where you get a very graphic, detailed, gruesome description of how they're going to kill this person, and I just don't like it. I don't like them, so it was an 18-hour long audiobook, and I decided I'm not going to waste my time with that. So I've decided to DNF. 2 hours into the audiobook, to be fair. So I was like, what, a ninth into it, which is not bad. But I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to put on another audiobook because I do have another one. And either I Lie in Wait by Amanda Brittany or Have You Seen Me by Karen White. Is it Karen White? Don't think it's Karen White. Kate White? I can't remember. But I think I'm going to listen to the Amanda Brittany one because that's an older arc that I've got. So I'm going to listen to that one. I think that's the shorter one as well. I think it's only like 6 hours long. So I listen on ×3 speed. So it'll only be like 2 hours, which will be fine. So I'm going to call it quits. Do my puzzle book while I'm listening. And sit and hold my head in shame because I've DNF'd yet another book. Oh Lord. Hi guys, so I am back. I am going to do my face mask now, and I'm going to light my Book Hooked Box exclusive candle. It's a bit late, I don't really want to, but I've got to the point with my self-care tasks that I keep coming up with self-care tasks and I don't actually do them. So every time I get a new self-care task, I'm adding something to a list of stuff I've already not done. And it's gotten to a point where I debated one of my next self-care tasks being to do no more self-care tasks because I just weren't doing them. And I was getting really stressed out about doing the tasks. And I figured, if you're going to keep doing that, Connor, you're defeating the point. Because the point of actually doing self-care is to stop yourself feeling stressed. You shouldn't be feeling stressed about the self-care tasks you're doing. So then I decided to stop doing self-care tasks. And then I thought, well, that defeats the point. Because the self-care tasks, the point of them are you do things for self-care. And I keep putting that off. So I figured I'm going to do it now. That way I've crossed my self-care tasks off. I have absolutely nothing to worry about. And it'll be very relaxing. So, I'm going to wash this crap off my hands. Leave this for 15 minutes. Light me fancy schmancy candle. And then read for a bit. Which sounds a delight. Morning. So last night I made it to I think 60%, which is really good. Celeste is running sprints on our Galleyathon page right now, so I'm going to continue to listen to my audiobook while I come round a bit because I can't read right now. And then I have a work meeting at 11, so I'm hoping that I can get the book possibly finished before the meeting. If not, I'll definitely finish after, but I would like to get it done before the meeting because I don't know how long the meeting's going to last, and it'd be nice to have it done before 12 so that once we start the next round, I'm assuming Kira's going to be running them again. Yes, she is. Once we start the next round of sprints after 12, I can start with a new book, and that'll be really nice. I'm currently reading I Lie in Wait by Amanda Brittany, as well as The Storm by Amanda Jennings. Yeah. The Storm is on Kindle, so I'm just reading that as and when, really, because I'm going to take a bit of a break from a Kindle now. Once I finish I Lie in Wait, which is an audiobook, I am going to move on to How It All Blew Up, which is by Arvin Ahmadi, and it is actually a physical arc because I got sent it as an arc and the book has now actually come out. So I'm going to then start with that book, which should be really good. I'd like to get through that. And then if I ever need a break from that, or once I finish that, I'm going to focus on The Storm by Amanda Jennings and get that done as well. So that's my plan for the rest of Galleyathon now, I think, to do The Storm, I Lie in Wait, How It All Blew Up, and then I have another one that I've got saved on Scribd, so I'm going to use that and take advantage because my Scribd subscription runs out this month, which is Have You Seen Me by Kate White. So I'm going to read them. I'm going to try and read those 4 this week. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm excited. It's Thursday, so I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got 4 days to read 4 books. I think that's doable. Go me. Right, sprints are starting, so I'm going to catch up with you guys a little later. See you soon.
This one's a bitch. This one's fine. Where is it? Where's my hand? This one's fine. This. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
This is the stuff we do behind the scenes of Galleyathon. Yeah. Gets boring from here. We gotta have the Baby Yoda footage. I'm the only one without Baby Yoda. I'm sad now.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
Oh, he's gone. Where's he gone? Put Baby Yoda back.
There he is. Baby Yoda. Hey. What you doing? Baby Yoda.
Guess who didn't update you at all yesterday? Me. Alright, here we are. I don't even know what I last updated you with, so I don't know what to say. I'm just going to give you a rundown of how yesterday went. So, I finished I Lie in Wait by Amanda Brittany. I read that on audiobook, finished it, loved it, gave it 5 stars. Twist, thoroughly shocking. Enjoyed it. I actually want the physical book though because I really enjoyed the audiobook and I really enjoyed the narrator. I thought she was fantastic. And I'm not sure whether I enjoyed it so much because it was her reading it or whether it was because of the book. So I fancy actually having a physical copy of the book or even rereading the Kindle copy I've got rather than listen to the audiobook just for a reread, just to see if it was that good because the book was that good or whether it was that good because of the narrator. Then I started reading The Storm by Amanda Jennings. And I really wasn't feeling it at all. I'm really sorry, I am tired. I really wasn't feeling it at all. To the point where I've put the book down and I didn't read at all. I just thought no. And I think I was just in that mood yesterday, you know, the non-reading mood. So I didn't really read yesterday. I just kind of called it quits. I read like 10% of The Storm and I was like, no, I don't, clearly I'm not in a reading mood. I wasn't in one the day before, which is why I moved over to an audiobook. So I just kind of called it quits and it was quite sad. But then we had the live, which you do have footage of, so that's good, at least. I started How It All Blew Up by Arvin Ahmadi, and I got to 100 pages, and I thought, oh, so I clearly don't mind reading. So it's potentially the Kindle that I'm not in the mood for. But I don't know, I'm really enjoying this book, so maybe it's the Storm itself, because I tried reading the Storm afterwards, and I didn't even mind reading on the Kindle. I was a bit like, yes, yes, yes. I just found what I was reading to be quite boring. Like, I think it's classed as a thriller, but it's also a coming of age novel, so it's a bit slow. So in the end, I actually ended up DNFing that officially, which is rubbish. I keep DNFing books this time, and I don't like it. Like, I don't mind a DNF, but I've DNF'd the same amount of books I've read. So I'm like, read these bastards. But on the plus side, some of these books, like The Storm, for example, and The Silent Wife, were ones I've had for ages. Like, they were backlist. So they're gone now, at least. So it's not too bad. I'm not disappointed. I'm just like, I wish I'd have read them and enjoyed them, but it wasn't to be. But I'm reading this, really enjoying this. It's a very, very quick read, so I'll be finishing this today for sure. Hey guys, I have just finished How It All Blew Up by Arvin Ahmadi. What can I say? I loved that book. Right, I'm going to move you. I absolutely loved it. It was my regret requesting for Galleyathon, because I received the book quite late after it had already come out, by which point my friends had already read it because they got an advance copy as well. And they were a bit disappointed. They all said it was fine. They just found it a bit disappointing because they'd been led to believe it would have been better than it was. So I went into this quite worried. And I loved it. I thought it was an amazing book. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 stars. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy I really enjoyed it. It was great. The sprints have been really useful. I've got a lot of things done. I've not read for a lot of the sprint, to be fair. I had to do a lot of work. I had to edit my video. So I've kept myself busy using the sprints. I've really used the sprints for like work and editing to try and fit it in that time. And then I've had a break when the sprints work and stuff like that. So I've really balanced it out. But I'm so glad I managed to finish that book, and it's made me really happy that I enjoyed it so much. And it's the point where I think I want to reread it. Not right now, obviously. I want a break. I want to read something else. But I do want to read this book in the future, and I'm so happy considering how little I expected from it going in, because it was such a regret requesting. That's made my night. Yay! Now, my plan. I said this morning I wanted to finish How It All Blew Up and get about halfway through Have You Seen Me, which is the audiobook / NetGalley arc I'm listening to. So I'm going to start that. I've already started that. I think I got like 6 chapters in. So I'm going to try and get further and get to halfway. And then I want to finish Bane Chronicles by Sunday as well. I don't know how likely that's going to be. But me and Brooke are doing sprints tonight. I'm going to do a 90-minute sprint, and then Brooke is going to do a 90-minute sprint in the evening that leads up to the 24-hour readathon starting. I'm hoping people get involved with that. There seems to be a lot of interest, but not in a sense of, yeah, I'm so excited for the readathon. It's just a case of, oh yeah, readathon sounds cool. Woo, woo. So I'm hoping people actually get involved. But I'm really excited. I'm excited for this sprint because I'm going to do a lot of reading. Don't know where I'm ringing. I'm going to do a lot of reading my audiobook and listening to that, and I'll try and read along on the Kindle. But that'll be lovely. And then we'll just see how far I get. So yeah, loved it. Thought it was an amazing story. Don't want to talk too much because I'm getting to the end of this vlog now, and when I finish, I'm going to do a wrap up on the books I've read. Alright, so I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Right, yeah, see you later. Bye.
Hello.
I am tired. I can't even be bothered holding the tripod up. I literally just got it on. Well, I'm just holding it now like this. But I literally got my phone on it so that I could hold it up and actually look decent. And I just don't have the energy. I'm really tired. So, I finished Have You Seen Me Last Night? I gave that book a 5 star. It was absolutely amazing. I thought it was fantastic. I love an amnesia trope. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I've read a couple of books with an amnesia trope. Not too many, but a couple. And I've loved all of them. And this one was absolutely no exception. I thought there was excellent twists and turns, the right level of drama. It was perfect pacing. I just loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So that was perfect. So that was a perfect way to end off my Galleyathon week. I'm still carrying on with Galleyathon. I'm not going to be reading any more NetGalley books, but I'm going to be carrying on utilizing the sprints. It's a 24-hour readathon this morning, so I'm going to be taking part. Well, it's all day. I'm going to be taking part in that for the majority of the day, which I'm really excited for. I'm going to get some good footage. And I'm just really excited for the live show. But I'm going to be reading The Bane Chronicles now by Cassandra Clare, because that is a short story collection and I need to kind of catch up with that. But I'm not going to update you with any of my thoughts because I actually do have a separate vlog for The Bane Chronicles coming up. That's coming up this weekend. So there's no point me updating you on my thoughts because then I'd have to update you on my thoughts in that one as well, and it just makes no sense. But that is it, I think. That is it for my Galleyathon reads. Really enjoyed them. I thought they were fantastic. I will update you, actually. Yeah, I'm going to give you a full wrap up of the reads I've read so far, but I'll do that when I'm a bit more presentable. But for now, I think that's it. So I'll just have to insert more footage of me reading and, stuff like that. But it's been a great week. I've loved this week. I'm really happy. Right, I'll update you all in a bit. And I will see you soon once I've woken up a little bit. Right, bye, my friends. And it's the final day of Galleyathon. So I'm going to wrap up here because I don't actually have anything else Galleyathon related to read. I'm currently making my way through the Bane Chronicles. I'm very, very close to the end. But I read all the Kindle books I had planned. I read what I wanted, so I'm really happy. And I decided to stop there. So I'm going to run through everything I've read, which I'm really happy about. So first, I read One by One by Ruth Ware. Absolutely enjoyed that. I thought it was great. I just realised that that was much more intense than it was meant to sound. Absolutely thought it was okay. Yeah, I thought it was a really good book. I thought it was a suitable, nice, comfy, easy read mystery. Wasn't perfect. I feel as though there was definitely a level of predictability with it. I also feel as though the ending kind of wrapped up a little bit too quickly, but that's just my personal opinion. But overall, I really did enjoy it, so I'm happy with that. And then I moved on and read... what did I move on and read? Then I moved on and read The Last Resort by Susie Holiday. I gave One by One a 3.5 star rating. Then I moved on and read The Last Resort by Susie Holiday, and I gave that a 3-star rating. I thought it was a nice new spin on the typical closed-in murder mystery type thing, but I just felt as though it had some tropes I didn't particularly like, had some things I didn't love. After that, I listened to the audiobook of I Lie in Wait by Amanda Brittany, and I loved it. Gave it a 5-star book. I thought it was amazing. Very, very interesting story. I thought the audio narration was phenomenal. I thought it was excellent. It's made me want to get a physical copy of the book just so I can read it physically now. But I thought the characters were very well developed. I thought the twists were very suitable. I didn't guess what the twist was coming as. I thought it was really good and fun. I loved it. Yeah, excellent. I really enjoyed that 5-star book. Then I read How It All Blew Up by Arvin Ahmadi. This is a physical book, which I was so happy to actually have a physical book to read. I needed one, and I love this story. It was a book that I kind of regretted requesting. I really didn't expect much from it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was nice and light and easy to read. It was cute and fun. Yeah, some unnecessary bits, but overall, cute, fun, very enjoyable. I gave it a 4.5 star. Then I rounded off my Galleyathon week with Have You Seen Me by Kate White. And that was my best read of the week. I think that was... I just don't really know what to say about it other than I loved it. It was an absolute 5-star read. It's a story of amnesia, a woman forgetting her past few days. She goes into a fugue state, and then the mystery of why that came about, I really enjoyed it. It had something I didn't really like in it, but that's just a personal opinion. Other people probably wouldn't consider it an issue. It's just me. It's just a very personal thing. But again, that's a book I want a physical copy of, and I want to reread it because I like reading back through thrillers, having a reread, and seeing if you can then spot all of the clues that you missed the first time round. And if you can, I think that makes a really good book. So I'm interested to do that with that one, and I Lie in Wait as well. But I did DNF some, so let's just quickly go over the DNFs I had. I don't remember what they are, so I'm going to have to actually look. Yeah, the first book I DNF'd was Sleepless, which was actually my newest arc and probably a very highly anticipated one. Then I DNF'd The Silent Wife, which was by Karen Slaughter. It's a shame, but I knew it was possible because it is the 10th book in a series, and I was kind of hoping you wouldn't need to read the previous books to be able to read the series, but I found myself very confused. I felt as though the characters were already so well established that no effort went into establishing who they were, what their personalities were like. Then I DNF'd, sadly, The Storm by Amanda Jennings. I had an inkling. When I started, I thought I'm definitely not going to read this. In my head, I thought it'd be a really good thriller, and then it was a thriller but a coming of age thriller, and I thought, oh no. And I started it, and it didn't seem like anything interesting was happening. I got 8 books off my TBR this week, which I am really, really happy about. Amazed at myself. And then I'll be finishing This Beast today as well, which is another book off. So I'm really happy with it. Galleyathon has been extremely helpful to me. I'm so glad that we do this. Yeah, I'm really happy. So I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate every single view you have. Make sure you leave me a comment down below if you joined in Galleyathon to let me know what the best read of the week was for you. If you didn't join in Galleyathon, let me know if there are any arcs or any new releases coming out that actually really interest you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
SafeMusicList.com. Royalty